Somebody asked me questions about how we break things down. We're breaking down tape, things like that. I'm going to get into that in the next two talks. I'm going to give you exactly how we call them all. Okay. All right. First thing we'll talk about, we identify passes. Right. We want to make sure everything goes the same. There's quick rhythm. Okay. That's just 3-step drop. All right. Obviously, and the gun. How do you determine it? All right, when we talk about set and transfer, it's the catch, it's the set his feet and transfer his weight. Okay, there's your quick game. Okay, because I don't know how much you're seeing underneath the center, but actually we don't see a lot of underneath the center, 3-step drop anymore. Okay, but he's catching the ball, he's setting his feet, transferring the weight right now. Okay, that's a 3-step drop, and that'll be the majority of our talk here. Progression, I'm going to go ahead and cover this. Progression pass, we're talking here is that the quarterback is going through a read, all right? Whether he's going to read high to low or he's going to read left to right, okay? All right? When we talk about high to low, we want to make sure we understand when we're talking about drops is that the quarterback, if he's reading high to low, understand how it's going to go. He's going to read from top down, all right? Where it goes 1, 2, 3, right? He's going to take those shoulders, going 1, 2, 3, he's going to look at the check down route, right? If he's reading the middle, he's looking 1, 2, 3, all right? If he's going to go left to right, if he takes left, he's going to flip his hips and he's going to throw the ball on the backside. Okay? He doesn't look left, look right, and come back and look left. Unless he's getting chased, right? He looks left, he looks right, starts to scramble, runs around. That's a different story. Okay? Alright? Progression read. Know that he's going to start somewhere, and he's usually going to, if it's anything down the field, he's going to read from top down. Okay? Alright? And it's going to be a 1, 2, 3 progression. Okay? And then obviously we list everything on our play action. Play action, we talk about isolation routes. That's where he's isolating one defender. It's a one-on-one. Alright, caused by a priority route. Like I said, we talk about the boot and waggle, where he's looking for the drag cut first. Alright, or he may come off and he may be looking for the go route first, and then he goes to drag. Okay? He either isolating somebody, he's kind of play action, come off, throw the post. Come off play action, I'm going to go post to the dig. Okay? So we're going to classify everything in those three. So before we start talking our coverages, they understand, and now we're going to talk in each one of those how we play in our coverages in each one of those routes. Okay? Or each one of the types of passes. Okay? Alright? Quick rhythm. What are we talking here? Again, you're talking slant. Okay, it can be slant bubble, it can be double slant, whatever. They're throwing slant, hitches, fade, or something you can get in the rubs and picks in the spread game. Okay, all right. There's a general picture right there on a set and transfer. All right. If he is throwing the ball now on quick rhythm, all right, that backer on that side is this. If I'm going to start to drop, I'm going to start with the linebacker. If he starts to drop, right, I set, and my eye's still going to be here first, and right now, as I start to drop, I should see the set and the transfer of weight, and I know what? It's quick. The ball's coming out now. I should never square up, okay? I should never square up, and I had to turn and look at my nearest threat, and I'm going to expand all the way to the near threat now, okay? If I am the invert, I'm doing the same thing. I'm reading in-man line of scrimmage, hi-hat, okay, hi-hat, there's my eyes still first. Before I transfer him, I'm seeing set and transfer right now, because he's getting the ball out of his hands. Set and transfer, all right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to expand myself out to 1 right now, all right. So it ought to be running to 2, running to 1, okay. Now if I'm on the back side, what happens there? If I'm on the back side of that, if I see I start to open my drop, his eyes are that side, right? I know I'm not going to gain width because he's looking over there. Okay? I'm going to start to shrink. I see the set and transfer, same thing. I'll be working in that direction as well. Okay? We're not covering ghosts. We don't want to be covering the flat over here on the back side when he's throwing a hitch over here. Okay? All right? If I am, we're probably going to go ahead and talk about this. Let me talk about the corner. Okay? I'm reading in-man line of scrimmage. I'm reading quarterback through the 3-step. All right? We're talking cover 3. He should be in a walkout first. I'm going to start to walk out. 1, 2, 3. I see the set and transfer, right? I'm going to drive the route, okay? The hitch, I'm driving the hitch. If it's a slant, if I'm off, I'm driving to the reception point, okay? If it's a slant cut, we want to go to the reception point. The reception point of slant is 6 yards inside the break of the receiver. That's where the ball is going to be delivered, okay? Now we want to make sure we talk about the proper angles, because there's the reception point, and we're talking about when we get there's an interception path, and when we talk about if I go too flat, what am I? I'm on the back side of the receiver. I'm making a PI on him, or I'm making the tackle, but you ain't breaking it off, okay? All right. If I'm the free safety, same thing. I should be pat, so it's pat, pat. All right. I should be pat. It's a 3-step. You can't get him caught when he starts to open, but it ought to be what? We should be driving the ball right now. Okay? Back to that corner, we're doing the same thing. I'm going to walk out through the 3-step. I should see the set and transfer right now. Okay? You should never get into a pedal. All right? Should be walk, walk, walk. Let's go. Okay? All right. Bubble. We want to know this, obviously, if it's too high. All right? They're looking too high. Where's the leverage? If there's nobody leveraging the bubble, that's where the bubble's going to occur, okay? We know where it's going to occur in a too high if we don't expand out by the backer. If we don't go cover them down, like in cover 3, cover 1, all right? And we know where the bubble should occur. It should occur over there. Okay, for us in the too high, if we're in too high, this boundary side corner would be, again, he should be in slam footwork. He should be inside eye of that guy. And if he gets the bubble, we ought to be driving it. We should drive the bubble, and the half-field safety should be stacked, forcing off the corner for the bubble route. Okay? All right? If we want to get that covered, obviously we're going to get different coverages, or we're going to get something we walk the backer out. And again, the other thing is we can do what? Passing down, we can go ahead and put the game on, Ed, or whatever else, and get a chance to loosen that backer up on the outside. Okay? 3x1, same thing. Okay, if we don't leverage this, all right, they're counting it, guys. If we don't leverage this thing, then they're counting 1, 2. They got 2 for 2 in a ball carrier. Okay, they're telling them take the. I mean, the basic plan and spread games now. They're telling them take the ball. If you don't leverage it, take it. Okay, they got leverage on the blocks, and it should be a 5 or 6 yard gain every time. Okay, all right. All right, so we talked a little earlier about that, about disguising our coverage. Again, basic things. We want to show 3 or 1, right? We're showing 1 high, and we want to roll to 2 high. Okay? Or we're going to show 2 high, and we're going to roll to 1 high. Okay? And the other things we want to do in our disguise is we're going to bail to coverage. We can bail to 3. Okay? Show and press, we're going to bail to 3. And then we want to have coverage, we're going to go 11 up. We're going to show them 0 blitz look, and then we're going to play cover 3 behind it. Okay, or we can go 11 up and play cover 2 high behind it. Okay, all right. Those are things obviously to take away. It's to take away the bubbles, to take away the quick rhythm thing, to take away the easy throws. All right, all right. One of the things that we do is obviously we always want to make sure when coordinated, we want to know what what are we trying to get them to do. Okay? We want them to be smart. All right? If we go 11 up, I'm just showing even. If we go 11 up, okay? Safety. Let's go in. Okay? Alright? Again, we want to give some look like we're that free safety. Don't just be up in there. We want to go like we're covering down for that invert or somebody come off the corner. Okay? If we go 11 up, alright? First of all, underneath, okay? Underneath now, we got to make sure how we're doing the coverages. We're going back to 3. It needs to be it's a crossover and sprint right now. It's a spot drop underneath. Okay? Alright? So again, if we were spot dropping, again, we were going to spot drop, like I said, basic numbers. We're going to say we're going to go numbers, backers. Backers we're going hash. You can spot drop the field or spot drop the formation, whatever you do in your, we've done it both ways. So, all right. But we want to turn, crossover, and run. Now, what I'm talking about is the corners. I just showed them 11 up. I'm giving them an all-out blitz look, and I'm in press coverage. What route do I expect? You should expect a fade right now. Okay? So when we bail, be smart. All right? So I don't want to be from that bail look. I don't want to be late, and I want to bail. All right? Outside leverage, I want to bail so I can see him and the quarterback when I bail. And I know I'm bailing for the fade. I will squeeze the slant, but I'm going to bail for the fade. Okay? So I bail out of there. I want to see it because if he does run the slant, I want to be able to squeeze it. But we should not be caught off guard. We just went 11 up. You're bailing, you should be thinking fade cut right now. Okay? If we're bailing for the fade, what we say is we're going to bail, we're going to run track in his lane, and we're going to hook, look, and lean. Okay? So, what ought to happen if the ball's inside, here and I'm the right corner. Okay? Before that snap occurs, when I bail, all right, I'm going to open my hips, right? I'm going to open my hips and I'm going to cross over run thinking fade cut right now. Now I should have him beat. All right? I just took a track match and I just took a 4-yard head start. Okay? So I'm going to bail out. All right? And I'm anticipating a fade cut. All right? So if I get the fade on him, what I want to do is I want to run track in his lane. I'll just pull a chair. But make sure if he outside releases me, I want to play top down. So I'm on top, and basically I'm going to go cut him. I'm going to cut him off. All right? So I'm going to cut him off on top, and I want to run track in his lane. All right? I'm going to get there. If he catches me and we work on, and he catches up to me, all right? Well, he says we want to hook him with our outside arm. All right? We're going to hook him and make sure we stay on top. All right? I don't want to be in here and just turn it into a track match, me and him. Okay? So we say hook, look, right? And I want to lean and make sure I stay on top of his butt. Okay? So I want to lean and pin him to the sideline. Okay? Basically, what I'm saying is that anything here I've got, I'm going to do it and I'm going to stay on top of him, and I control the speed of the route. Okay? If I'll hook him with my arm, if I'll hook, look, and I can put this thing all the way in front of him, my hand. If I'll hook and look, okay, if I'll lean on him, I control the route. So I can speed up, slow down, or whatever if I need to cut him off. Okay? All right? But that's exactly how we ought to play that from any of the bail or the 11 up. Know what you're doing. Okay? Don't just say we're playing 11 up and bail out of there. We're going to 11 up, bail out. Football intelligence talk about. What do we give? 11 up, we anticipate the fade route. Or we want to know another thing. What is their hot route? What do they do? If they're going to, and when they see 6-man pressure, what do they do? Okay, and maybe it is a slant route. Okay, so let's get ready to play the slant. Okay, but we want to know what's their check going to be when they see pressure. Okay. Again, on the quick stuff, these things can all control that. Okay, by disguising, you take care of the bubble. Okay, so you're not just giving it to them. All right, by bailing, a lot of teams they're going to stay away from the hitches. Press coverage, what are they going to do? Press coverage, most people, is a generic thing. They want to convert it to what? Fade. All right? Give me press coverage, 3-step quick rhythm game, convert it to the fade cut. Okay? They won't stay on it. So a lot of times we eliminate, if we know and press, what do they convert to? Then we can also determine by, hey, when you come up and you press, you show and press, you know you're going to get fade. Again. Okay? So we don't have to go 11 up with bail. We can just bail our corners, show press, take away the quick game, bail out. All right? And we can bail to 3 or we can bail to the 2 high. It don't make a difference. Okay? If we're bailing to the 2 high, it'd be bail, stop, squat, and come back and play. Okay? All right. Let's go to the empty checks real quick. All right. We got several ways to play empty. All right. If they go empty, if we can play a ghost call. A ghost call is we're going to rush 6, play straight man, right? They got 5, we got 6. All right, so we can play that. All right, we can call a Casper call. which is basically, it's a friendly ghost. Alright? Alright? It's a friendly ghost. So we're going to drop off. The back end's playing the same thing. They're playing ghost. The only thing we're going to do here is we're going to drop our three defensive linemen out. Okay? We're going to drop 3 defensive linemen because we've got a 3-man low hole. We're playing man underneath. So now I got to know if I'm in Casper, I can play outside leverage man, knowing that if he runs a slant, he should run into a defensive lineman. Okay? We can mayday out. If we mayday, whatever, if we're going to mayday check it, that means we're checking to rush 3, drop 8. Now, guys, again, we're not going to game plan with all of them. Okay? All right? All right, so we rush 3, drop 8 in a mayday call. We can play it, and that would be in our zone coverages. We're going to play it. And the last one's what we call, it's a black. It's quarter, half. And I'm going to draw it up. We're going to pause some defensive linemen. I don't think it's on this. No. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's go through each one of them. All right. Ghost, and Casper, and Mayday, and Black, Alright. Okay. Alright. Ghost would check. Now again, with us, if you're playing with 4 DBs, obviously this is different because you're putting a linebacker on as a guy. You got to figure out if you can do that or not. Okay. If you're playing with 4 DBs, I wouldn't recommend it. Okay. Let's just give you something. Let's just do this. Fair. Okay. All right. Let's go over the front first. All right. If we make a ghost check, we want to understand that we've got 6. They've got 5. Okay. Do not rush the man, rush the gap. Okay? Everybody should be in a speed rush. Okay? We should all speed rush. Nobody should be bulling. Nobody should be rushing the man. I don't want to engage that sucker. Okay? One of us is free. Okay? The last thing we want to do is be bull rushing our guy. Alright? Because 2 things happen. Well, somebody's free. So I do not want to do this, and I don't want to be engaged with this guy in a bull rush, and the guy comes free to come back and escapes. Okay? So we say we're going to race our gaps, right? So as soon as it goes, I should slide out, and I just put his bare front. You can do with any other blitz we got. Okay? I'm going to rush that gap, and I'll be speed rush, and I'm rushing the B gap. Don't touch the freaking guard. Okay? I'm speed rushing the outside here. I'm expecting him to run to me. Okay? If they man protect it straight up, then either the mic or the nose is free. And it's right up the gut and it's going to hit them in the mouth. Chances are they got any brains, they're going to slide it. And they're going to leave one guy open, right? And so I've got to be hauling ass because I'm the guy that's free. Okay? When they slide, it's in speed rush, speed rush, speed rush, speed rush, speed rush. And all right, if they slide it, it's going to be one of the guys on the edge. Okay? If they man it, it's going to be one of the guys right up the pipe. Okay? So we want to make sure we see our ghosts, we're in sprinter stances and we're going. Okay? Alright. With that in mind, we've got to know in the back end that what? This ball is coming out. Okay? Ball is coming out. Alright? So what we want to play is we're going to play off man. Okay? And we're going to play inside. Okay? So we should all gain inside leverage. There's no dividers because there's no help. There's no help in the middle, so there's no divider rules. You're inside leverage man. Okay? We're all inside leverage man. Alright? We make sure, first of all, we don't want to be on the same depth. Not like I drew them here. We wouldn't want to be like that. Alright? We don't want to be the same depth. We sure don't want to get picked. We're going to be off and inside, and we are going to pat our feet. Okay? I want to pat because I'm patting for the slant. Alright? Obviously, if he takes me outside release, then we are going to pedal, weave, and open our gate up. The ball's going downtown. Okay? I'm going to pat, pat, pat for the slant. If he outside releases me, right, I'm going to work myself back into a pedal, and we're going to be off. When we have general rule is 8. We don't want to be on the same width, so what we can put the free safety at 8. We can put our corner at 8. We put the inside invert, he'd probably be at 6. Same thing over here. We get him at 6. We'd be here at 8. And that's a basic rule. Okay. All right. So we should see him pat, pat, pat. If it's a slant, I'll be driving. We still want to pat with our eyes in here for the 3-step. All right. I want to see that he's coming my way. Here's a slant. I got a chance to drive it. Okay. So we're going to pat our feet. We're going to speed rush inside on a ghost call. Any questions about that? Okay. The next thing that happens is that we say they can also roll it. When they're going to roll it, they're going to get somebody to block that edge. All right. Just saying in the back. If I'm in any time I order man coverage, if my guy blocks the edge, I've got to replace. Okay. So there's the first thing we see. All right. If we check ghost. All right, we see people, they just slide it, leave the backside guy, quarterback tries to work away from him, throw the football. Okay? Next thing we see is they'll take number 3 and they'll try to block the edge and roll the quarterback out. If we do that, we've got to replace. Okay? Now, as a scheme thing, is this, is you want to be able to see is can that quarterback throw hot? Because if he's good at it, this ain't a good call. Okay? That quarterback can go catch, flip, and he can throw the slant and do those things, and you don't need to do a whole lot of that. You don't want to sit there and give it to him every time. Okay? All right? If he can't throw hot, or they're not good at the quick game, quarterback flustered, you got to watch him. You know? There's a lot of quarterbacks over there. He gets pressure. What's he going to do? Panic and take off running. Panic, throw the ball away. Panic, he can't throw the slant. Okay? All right? So that's number 1. We talk about the ghost call. All right? Any questions about that? All right. Casper. All right. It's going to be the same thing in the back end. Okay. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop the 3 linemen out. Okay? So we're going to show them the same look. Now I am going to play what? I'm looking for slant. I'm looking for the slant on this side. Okay? Well, I'm going to play whichever way the quarterback is looking. Okay? Alright? So if I got an inside receiver and I know I got help on the slant, now I can play outside leverage. Okay? Now I'm going to play outside leverage. Alright? How will we call it? We're going to give them the check in the hub. So if we wanted to play whatever the coverage, if we say we're going to play 1, we're going to say 1 ghost, which means 1. If it goes empty, we're playing ghost. If we say 1 Casper, it's playing 1. If it goes empty, we're playing Casper. Okay? A lot of times by scheme, we know it going in the week, so we're not doing both. We say, hey, this week if we play 1, we're playing ghost. All right? If they go to empty, we're playing ghost. All right? If they go to empty, we're playing Casper this week. Okay? Until we change it. We change it to half, or we change it between series, and we change it. Okay? All right? But you can, like I said, if you need to call it, you call it to them. Most of the time, we're going to do one of the either as a base rule. Casper or ghost. Okay? All right? I don't really need to go with this one. If we Mayday out, that means we're going to rush 3, drop 8. Okay? And we can play any of the coverages, what we're doing with it. We can oversaturate with a Tampa 2, or we can play cover 3 with that, okay?
Isn't that the same as, like, are you saying that Casper is playing man with
Casper's
the 3
playing
droppers?
man.
I mean, you're dropping 8, but 5 of them are playing man.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Mayday is all.
Mayday we play zone. So now we're going to put the free safety here. And let's say we're going to play cover 3.
Yeah.
Outside third, right? He's curl flat, all right? We would be dropping the backers now That would be up in the line of scrimmage. If we were going to play, let me go ahead and get you a bit quick cover. I'm saying we're going to line up in it. So we're going to say Mayday. Okay? We're going to be strong safety, backer, 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 free safety, corner, corner. We're going to rush 3. Okay.
Oh, so it's a lineup call, it's not a no-shit call, like...
No. No. If we know we're maydaying out of zones, or we're going to mayday out of man, they just, boom, it goes empty. Mayday, mayday. Boom, they just go ahead and line up in it. We know we're going to play cover, we're going to rush 3 and play, we're going to rush 3 and play cover 3 in the back end.
But couldn't you do it with the same look? With the,
we can do it with the same, we can do it with the same look.
And then just, and then the
Yeah,
backers
we would do it off from up. If we set up, it would look like that. What we say, if we call in an up call, so we're going to mayday, we stay in the up call. So we could do it from that, and the backers just drop out. Yep. And we do a lot of that actually. If we get a chance, we do a lot of that actually in our Tampa 2, rush 3, drop 8 from 11 up look. And it's pretty good because you're showing man, you're showing 6-man pressure. And we'll do that even with one with a back in the backfield. Showing 6-man pressure, and I'll snap the ball. We're going to drop those guys out. We're going to rush 3, and we're going to play a Tampa 2 in the back end.
Are you going to show that later, or you want to get to that?
I'll hit that if you want to do it, because this is more all the cover stuff. I'm going to get more into that.
I mean, I don't want to waste anybody to that. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we have a Ghost or Casper. We have a Mayday out. It's rush 3, drop 8. Okay, and we're playing cover 3 when we do that. Okay, now we can tag different coverage, but our general thing is if we're playing cover 3, we mayday out. If we play it, then we're playing the zone. We call cover 2, we're playing cover 2. We call cover 3, we're playing cover 3. Okay, again, if I wanted to check it, then it'd be the same thing. We could call cover 2 Mayday. All right, we can go cover 2 Ghost. Our biggest one we do is we go cover 2, and that's what we do, black. Okay? I'm going to draw that one, which is going to look like that. Okay? All right, so let me leave that one up here. Let me erase this one. Okay? All right. Here we go. Ready? Okay, let me go with the front first. Okay, empty. All right, I said check black. All right, what do we call the front? We said check black. Could be 1 black, could be 5 black, could be whatever our coverage is. We said black. Black says it goes empty. We're checking black. Right? All right, here we go. Ready? Black, black, black. So when they get black, it doesn't matter what the front calls. You line up like this. We're going to be inside shade of the tackle. I'm out the edge. We're both going to shade the center, and we're both going to shade the tackle on that side. Okay? We're going to possum read off of these 3 guys. I'm going to cover that in a second. Okay? That's our 3 reads. Okay? If he blocks you, you're dropping. If he doesn't, you're rushing. So let's just draw slide coverage, right? Mostly should be what they do. If they don't, they're going to bring somebody right up the pipe. And he's dead. So he should slide it. So let's say they slide to the right. Okay? They slide it to the right. If they slide it to the right, if he blocks you, you're dropping. I'm not reading the guard, I'm reading the tackle. He didn't block me, I'm rushing. He blocked me, I'm dropping. He didn't block me, I'm rushing. Right? He blocked me, I'm dropping. He didn't, I'm rushing. It's a 3-man rush, and one of your guys will be free. Okay? It's a 3-man rush, and one of your, if you can get that done, it's a 3-man rush, and one of your guys is coming scot-free. Okay?
One more time, Coach. Well, that one more time. I didn't see it.
All right. We're gonna pot. We say the term is we're gonna use it possum. All right. All right. We are reading the 2 tackles in the center. Okay. All right? These two are reading the center. These two are reading that tackle. These two are reading that tackle. If he blocks you, you're dropping. If he doesn't drop you, rush. Okay? All right? Now, it's not the guard, because the guard can block him in the slide. I'm still rushing. Okay? So if they slid it the other way, then it'd be the other three would be going, right? So if he blocked down here, now the end would be dropping, he'd be coming off the edge. If they man protect it and they kick out, right? He'd be rushing, he'd be dropping, he'd got to block one of them. If he blocks him, the nose becomes free. That don't matter what drop any protection, don't make a difference. You got one guy coming, Scott, you got 3-man rush and one of them's coming free. Okay? Alright? So, in the back, what we're playing is we're going to play half on this side and we're going to play quarters on this side.
Coach, one more quick thing. You said
Yep.
if it's man protection, which it probably isn't, right?
Right.
But if it is, if you're getting blocked, you're dropping.
And if you're getting blocked by the guy you're reading,
Oh, okay.
now if you're getting blocked, we are reading the center.
Okay.
The mic and the nose are reading the center. Alright? Screw the rest of them. If he blocks me, I'm dropping.
Okay.
Okay? Don't worry about the
So
guards.
there's not 5 guys dropping by getting blocked because there's only 3 reads.
Right, there's only 3 reads.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay? So these two are reading that tackle. That tackle blocks me, I'm going to drop.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright? If he doesn't, I'm coming. Okay? Don't worry about the guard. He's not your guy. We're reading the tackle. Okay? We got
Still
the
speed rushing the gap?
Yep, speed rush the gap because one of you is free. We don't want to come off doing it. Come on. Alright? If you're the guy free, you're in a race with the quarterback. We got to get there. Okay?
So they're all of them are. I mean, my first 2 get off steps. We're coming up field, and he steps to me, then I'm turning and get my ass out of there.
Yep. Yep.
You drop them to spots.
We're going to check the slant first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We're dropping the slant first, and then it's zone drop off. Yep.
Now you're going to get to the second levels. You're going to get to the coverage.
I'm gonna get back in. I'm gonna make sure. We all good with this?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't matter if it's a run block or pass block.
Well, if it's
I had to roll that.
yeah, the only run you're going to get is a quarterback zone. You could get quarterback dart, and you got those things in there. If you get the run block, you're going to play the run. All right? You get run, play the run. Everybody's got a gap. They're all counted. We got a guy in each A. We got a guy in both B's. Got a guy on the edge. All right? They run block. We play and run. Okay? All right? We good? Okay? All right. In the back end, we're playing quarters on it. We're playing quarter, quarter, half. Okay? Playing quarter, quarter, half. So we're actually, it's not a true half. It's a read on the backside. Okay? It's a read 2. All right? So we're both reading number 4. Okay? So reading 4. So obviously if 4 goes out, the corner's got him. I'm over top of 5. Right? If he comes vertical, I'm on top of 5. I'm on top of 4. Okay? Is everybody know read? All right? Okay. We're going to read that cat. Okay? All right? And over here it's quarters. All right? On the inside quarter, I'm reading 2 to 3. All right? If they both go vertical, you got to split them. One of them breaks it off right now. I'm going to overplay the quarter on the 2 or 3, whoever's going vertical. All right? Again, excuse me. I'm just playing quarters technique outside on number 1. Okay? What happens, these guys should help you to take away any of the slant cut. All right? And that's really what you want to be. We want to be good on the slant. Okay? Anything else goes past that point, we should have a free guy. All right? I shouldn't have the time to throw a 6 cut or doing that kind of stuff. All right? Shouldn't have time to run a curl flat. All right? All right? So, again, by game plan, we may go into the game plan and say, all right, it's pretty simple. If we're going to go zone, if a zone call, all right, we're checking black. If it's a man call, we're checking ghost. So we give them the same, you know what I mean? So now I'm going to get the same look on both of them. We give them the same look, and one of them's all out, man, the other one what? We're dropping them out. Okay? Okay? We good? Okay. All right. Here here's a couple of things. Let me throw this out. It's when they start doing this. It's when they start going, they line up and empty. All right, two things. They line up and empty, and they motion it back in. That ain't empty. It's off. You got to go back to the original call. Okay? Or you may want to stick with it, but it changes things. Okay? All right? So you got to be ready for that. They're going to line up and empty, and they're going to motion the guy back in. Backward. What are you going to do? Are you going to go back to the original call, or are you going to play it? Okay? The other one, obviously, is making sure you're communicating where he lines up here, and he motions out. So making sure you're getting called fast enough. What are you getting into? Okay? Are we checking black? Are we checking ghost? What are we checking? Okay? We got that? So we got, like I said, most of our zone stuff is either it's one of these three. All right. If we call a zone in the huddle that week or whatever else, or by that season, sometimes we're going to one of those. We're either going to Mayday out, we're going to play it, or we're going to check black. Okay. And then usually if it's a man call and huddle, because I wanted man, so we're going to stay with man, then we're going to go ghost or Casper. All right. The only thing would change that if I said we called a man, but I didn't like a matchup with our free on their number 3 or whatever else, and so I don't want to be a straight man without a post player, and say, okay, now we're going to 1 check black. Yeah.
How'd you play it there? Like if the trips to the field and they motion forward across to quads on the.
Okay. All right. Same thing. They move four across to that side. Okay. We're still going to stay with the quarters concept. The backside safety, though, has got to just. We're going to check solo. Right. I'm going to take him, and I got to be able to take 3 or 4 up the seam. All right. So in case I get that, that's him. Right. I'm going to push it over 1 and 2. Right. I'm going to push over. I'm going to play. I'm going to play a true half over 1 and 2, and I'm going to take this, and I'm taking either 3 or 4 up the seam. Okay. Good. And then the next thing about it is you got to get into, all right, well, what about they go cluster and put them all together, stack them up, how are you going to play all that stuff, okay? So, I'll try to get into the box, all those checks, okay? We've got several ways of how we're going to play, and it's not really the empty talk, but we've got several ways how we're going to play clusters or bunches or however, whatever you're going to see, okay? We good? Let's see what I got here. All right. Okay, let's go through this before, because I want to get in and we go the passing game. We're going to talk about that stuff. I'm going to get the concept done so that when we talk more about drops, I want to do it all together. Okay, the technique of the coverages and stuff on the quick game or the 5-step game. Okay, all right. How we break them down? Okay, all right. Here we have 8 passing concepts we talked about. Right, with 8 pass concepts, no matter basically any route that you can draw up. Basically, now today it may change a couple of years, but right now any route we can draw up known to man is going to fit into one of these concepts. Okay, so we talk about a strong area attack. Okay, that means they're stretching the flat defender. Okay, all right, and think about curl flat to the strong side. Okay. All right. So we have a strong area attack. Okay. Now again, to make sure how we declare the strong area attack. Well, if they got trips over here, that's the strong area. Okay. We're going to get into the weak area attack. All right. All right. In a second, if a weak area trips over here and had a back set and a boundary with the X, that's the weak area. Okay. Where are they throwing the ball? Alright? So it's a strong area attack. It's a two-way stretch on the flat defender. Now that could be hitch, one inside, one outside of him. That could be curl flat with a guy in front of him and a guy behind him. Okay? But if that quarterback come off and that's his read, it's a strong area attack. That don't make a difference what they're running corner, they're running post over here. Don't make a difference. This is his read. The quarterback comes off and that's where he's looking. And he's throwing curl flat. It's a strong area attack. Okay? Middle area attack. It's a two-way stretch on the hook player. Right? Common is what? It's the drag and the dig cut behind the linebacker. Right? Right? That's where he's reading. Quarterback comes off, that's where he's looking, that's where he's reading. And it's a middle area attack. Alright? Weak area attack would be a two-way stretch on a weak flat. Like I said, they went trips to the field, they come back over the back, and they're going to go curl, swing in the boundary, and then he comes off and that's where he's looking. Right? That's a weak area attack. Okay? And we want to know this stuff because, again, we want to talk to our players about this so they understand, hey, hey, they get in a 3-by-1, they're a weak area attack team. I mean, the trips over there, but they're throwing the ball over here. We need to know that. Hey, there's a big, when they get 2-by-2, big middle area attack. Okay, good. They're running mesh, middle area attack. They're running drag, dig behind it. We want to know. Backers need to know. It's middle area attack. How are we going to play those routes? They know it's a zone. It's what? If it's a zone middle area attack, we'll play top down. We'll leave the no cover zone alone. Okay? This is MVS. That's middle vertical stretch. Okay? Middle vertical stretch. That's a three-way middle of the field read. Like we talked about earlier, the decoy, the live, and the bait. All right? That's your NCAA route with the drag, the dig, and the post. That's MVS. Okay? That would mean he's reading the post. If he ain't throwing that sucker, and he ain't even looking at it, it ain't an MVS, it's a middle area attack. If he's just looking dig, drag, heck with it. Okay? Okay? OVS would be a three-way stretch outside, and I got some examples drawn up each one of these. Okay? OVS would be a three-way stretch outside. Now the stretch outside the hash, right? You can think about your flood concept with a flat, an out, and a go route, or it could be with a an out by one, a corner by number 2, and a back in a flat by 3. Okay, that's an OVS. We want to know each one of our coverages how we're going to play that OVS route. Okay, I already mentioned I was talking about the corner back zone. I'm going to back zone, play it top down. High horizontal stretch is 4 verticals. We'll know each one of our routes how we're going to play a high horizontal route. Cover 3, cover 2, our matchup coverage, how we're going to play it 3 deep, 3 under, how we're going to play it in 2 deep, 4 under. Every one of our coverages, we want to make sure how we're going to play the high horizontal stretch. Okay? Double zone pattern is a 2-way stretch on a corner. Again, I talked about it could be cover 3. You can start with it's a smash route. Okay? They're anticipating cover 2. All right? You can get the smash route. That's a double zone. Okay? We call it sail route. Let's say cover 3. And they run the go route with a 7, go to corner route right in behind you. Okay? That's just all is the same stretch, just later down the field. Okay? Those are double zone patterns. Okay? Running 2 guys in the same and a guy's zone. Okay? An isolation route, it's a design for 1 wide receiver. Okay? A lot of times, your fade routes, a lot of times are isolation routes. And he's not reading it. You know? A lot of times, if I'm the quarterback and I go snap, catch, throw, and throw the fade, that's not 4 verticals. Alright? If he's just coming out, that's an isolation route, he's throwing the fade. Okay? Don't matter what those other guys are running, he wasn't looking at it. Okay? So if you tag it down, we're going to break. So when we break things down, we say, okay, we're going to say the protection. Okay? We're going to classify the drop, 5-step drop. We will classify protection. Biggest thing on protection, we can talk a little bit more about this if we get a chance, but biggest thing when we talk about protection is where's the center going? Which side is the center blocking? Okay? Is he blocking to the Z or is he blocking to X? So we'll go CZ, CX, so we know. So it'll be 5-step drop, CZ, we know the center slide, they're sliding the protection to the strength, okay? So it'll be 5-step drop, CZ, all right? We'd say it's an OVS, it's outside vertical stretch, okay? And then we would, we have two ways, we name the route or number the route, okay? I think in your conference, all right, there usually is, you see some basic things over and over and over and over and over, okay? So, smash is smash, okay? We call smash, it's smash. That's hitch and corner. If we see it's we call it inside Omaha, would be the outside receiver on a go, the inside receiver on the out. Inside out, inside Omaha. So we're going to say inside Omaha. Don't make sure if it's inside Omaha on weak area attack with the back line up here running a flat route and the guy on a go, or if he gets in the boundary and he gets 4 and 5 stand up and I run the flat route and he runs a go. We say it's inside Omaha. You need to know how you can play inside Omaha. Oh, I know, I'm going to back zone inside Omaha, I'm going to rally it back up to the flat. Okay? Don't matter if it's 5 or 4. I mean, he's in the backfield or wide receiver. That's how I'm playing inside Omaha. If I get a sail route, we'll talk about some content. Sail route would be a go by 1, all right? 2 on the corner, we just talked about that. 3 on the flat. Okay, well, how am I going to play this? It's an OVS, it's a sail route. Okay, how are we going to play that? Okay, so we have some names on it, but obviously the easiest thing, you know, a lot of times our GAs are breaking them down. Okay, so when they break the film down, we have them put, you know, route tree numbers, so makes it simple. Give me it, all right? Okay, 9, 7, 1. Good. 9, 7, 1, 8. Good. 9, 7, 1, 8, 9, 7, 1. Good. So they call that, we try to get to break down the concept, all right? Break down the concept, and then give us the routes. And I go back later and just like, okay, look, yeah. This one says 9, 7, 1, 8. Now this is a back flat. Now we call this one 9, 7, 8 flat. They're both sail routes. Same thing. The difference was they went to trips and did the same route as they went to 2 backs and took the back and ran him to the flat. It's the same concept. Okay? So it's the same route. Okay? Alright. So to give you an idea of kind of how we do it, we're going to game the route, we can number the routes. So a lot of time I go back through the thing, now we break down and say, alright, now I just take the numbers and I look at it and say that's sail, 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 sail. I can write it down and say, oh crap, look, these are all sails. Or the biggest thing happens is you look at it and say, okay, yeah, all right, one time they're running mesh, and I don't know what you call it. You may call it mesh, you may call it UU or whatever, unders or whatever else. Okay? They're running mesh, and the next thing you know, what, on third and long, they run mesh, they run under dig, right? They're throwing a 6-cut, they're throwing a 6-cut, they're throwing a 6-cut. Those are all middle area attacks. And what happens, you see, is, okay, look, wow, because those offensive coordinators have a plan too. Okay? And he's sitting there going, what, 3rd and long, he wants to work the middle of the field, throw off the backer. So we know what? It's a lot of middle area attack here. All right? So if it's a lot of middle area attack, now we may design just in our coverages will change. So when we do that, we may run a lot of one hole. We're going to man up and we're going to stick a little. You want to throw the ball in there? We're going to have us a zone defender and we're going to play man. Okay? You want to throw the ball OBS on the outside? Okay, great. Well, how, you know, then we can adjust our coverage, or if they want to play OBS, we may roll 3 to the field, squat the corner. Okay? Now do it. Okay?
Your kids aren't looking at those numbered routes. Your kids are looking at the concepts. That's what you're teaching.
Yep. Those are concepts, and then we have our bread and butter routes named.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're going to know what inside Omaha is. They're going to know what an NCAA route is. They're going to know what slide is, curl flat. Okay? They're going to know what smash is. You know, a couple of the better ones we see them all the time. Mm-hmm. Okay? All right? 4 verts, they all know what that is. Okay? All right? Good? Okay. All right. So let's go through a couple of them. Okay? All right. All right, really, yeah. You may call this route and say, hey, that's a 4. We said 4, 1, 2, 2. All right, 4, 1, 2, 2. Yep, you're trying to put crap. He takes a snap and he's looking over here the whole time. Okay? It's actually drawn up wrong. I'm sorry. No, it is back here. This is, I was looking at the dark ones. It's not these guys. All right, good. Back's over here. He's throwing the slant. Okay? It's still strong area attack. He's throwing the slant in there. Okay? If we threw it on this side, actually, no, it should be. That back should be over here. I'm sorry. On the slide, this back ought to be on this side. Make a strong area, because that is weak area attack. Okay? All right, sorry. That guy ought to be on this side. Would be a strong area attack. If they did this on the same thing, it would be weak area attack. Curl flat. Okay? Let's see what we got. Middle area attack, there you go. You see it like that sometimes. Out route over here, go route on outside. Okay? Under and dig in the middle. Okay? So throwing it off the backers. Okay? So the middle area attack. Alright? Alright, there's a weak area attack. Okay? Just all that trips. Yep. We call that a spot route. Okay? Because people do this, anything that they do over and over, we see that maybe they do it at different formations, but they get the same spots, we try to give them a name. Okay? A spot route to us would be somebody in a curl, a corner route, and back in the flats. I could do that from back here in the flats, you know, with two running the corner, him running the curl. Okay? And maybe a go with two on the curl, back in the flats. They're getting the spots. 1, 2, 3. Right? The offensive start talking about the triangle reads and all this stuff, and that's what they're trying to give them. You know, there's this triangle read and all this stuff for him to read, the quarterback. Okay? All right? But they're throwing the ball over here. It's a weak area attack. All right? So we'd name it in there still. We'd say, okay, we want to know, all right, we're going to name it. We're going to say it's a 4174. All right? 4174 flat. But we said it's a weak area attack. Okay? So the other one, when we break it down, I can sort it also by give me the concepts. And that's when it starts sticking out. Oh, crap, look at all these. Every time they're on the hash, that's their weak area attack. Those are common things, right? They get on the hash, trips to the field, weak area attack. Or to get on the hash, trips to the field, and it's going to be strong area attack every time. They're not coming back over here ever. Okay? Okay, MVS, talk about that one. NCAA route. So on the middle vertical stretch, you're going to read high to low, right? So live, and start here, 1, 2, 3. Okay? MVS. OVS is outside. This is a sail route to us. Okay? Go route, corner. Okay? 3. If he wasn't in the picture, okay? If he wasn't in the picture at all, then we call it a double zone pattern, which is right the next slide. Okay? But it's 3. Anytime it's a 3-level read on the outside, it's OVS. Okay? There's 3 of them out, it's OVS. Okay? High horizontal, alright? Alright, 4 verticals. We kind of talked about that a little bit. There's hardly any more of just 4 running straight down the field. Most times they're always reads. Right? If he can't get on top, he's going to snap it off. Okay? Double zone pattern, talk about anticipating cover 2. Okay? They're reading him here. Okay? It could also be, with that example, double zone would be, like I said, go route with a corner route right behind it. And there's open, I covered 3 corner there. Covered 2 route, they're doing a smash as most thing of a double zone pattern on us on that. Okay? Alright, isolation route, again, big one pops up, they go trips to the field, they put that bread and butter guy back over here, it's isolation route. They're throwing a post, he's not reading anything, he don't care what it is, he's throwing this. It could be a go route or post, where else, okay? So we would put on there, on the route, I mean we could put the name, but we put isolation route, okay? And we want to know isolation and who we threw it to, X, okay? Okay, I got routes in here, going back through some coverages, okay? Let's talk about cover 3 real quick, because then I want to talk about that really with a quick game, okay? I think when we start, All right. Again, same thing for our guys. We're gonna make sure we understand the zones and what they are. Okay. Got 2 hooks, 2 curls. All right. Got 2 flat areas. All right. We want to talk about the spacing, the distance, all those types of things. Okay. Why? Because when we start talking about our divider rules, it starts with this: 1 high safety. We'll identify where the seams are. It's 3 yards outside. All right. It's 3 yards outside the hash. We talked about that's where our free safety needs to expand to. Okay. The field, again, when we do that in cover 3, he has a divider. All right. 5-1 bottom. Okay. What's that predicated basically tells us? It tells us where the free safety ought to be able to expand to. Okay. And that should give me basically 14 yards between there and the sidelines. Okay. There's 14 yards the corner should have in cover 3 out there. Now anything he can get back inside on the post and stuff is good. But that he's got to know that this stuff out here is his. That's top down and you got it. Okay? That's an area inside. It's 13 1/3 yards. When you talk about inside here. Okay? Let me show up again. Alright. Again, for the free safety, the black area would be his coverage area. Okay? Like it expands up to 3 yards outside the hashes. Alright? Well, we say some basic general things is that, you know, if he's coming here, the ball's coming down the field 2, 9, 25 yards. The ball's at 25 yards, you know what I mean? As it goes down the field, okay, his area ought to expand out. Okay? Well, we take that area about 25 to 30 yards, he ought to be going 3 yards outside the hash. We tell him this: any ball thrown over 40 yards down the field, free safety should be able to play hash, from numbers to numbers. Alright? If the ball is thrown over 40 yards down the field, we think our free safety should be able to play numbers to numbers. Okay? How do you find that? We do, here's a great drill, free safety, okay? Alright? We go up. Okay? We call it a fungo drill. We do it with anybody that's deep, so we do it with outside guys too in the third. But we're trying to learn range from a deep guy, especially from the free safety. Okay? So I'm going to drop this way as we're going. Alright, here's my free safety, quarterback's here. Okay? What I want him is to roll, push, and he's going to start to pedal. Okay? We're going to push him to the middle of the field. Right? We're going to shoulder look him. We're going to break on the front hand off the ball. We say head tells me where, hand tells me when. Right? And when the front hand comes off the football. If I break when the front hand comes off the football, now what we want to do is we're going to throw the football and we're going to start throwing it outside the hashes. Okay? Alright? It's like this. If you coach, anybody coach baseball? Alright? Coach baseball. That center fielder, you got to hit him balls. I got to hit him balls what? Going right, going left, dead sprint. Got to get him in here, make him what? Speed turn back out, center field turn, go catch the ball. But you got to catch him. He's got to learn to take balls, deep balls. Balls take him to the fence. It's the same thing. That's why we call it fungo. All right? There's no fungo bat. Bingo. That's where it came from. Okay? I used to coach high school baseball too. So, all right. Fungo drill. We're going to sit back here and we're going to hit our center fielder balls. All right? So all we're going to do is we're going to throw them outside the numbers. All right? We're going to start it, throw them 25, 30 yards. All right? All right? Then we want to stretch his range. Now we're going to chuck that ball about 40 yards, and I'm going to start to get out here by the numbers. All right? And we're going to get him comfortable feeling that he can cover that ground. Because this is a common thing, guys, with kids. As that ball be thrown, and you'll see him what? He'll start to pull. I can't make that play. So he don't even try to make the play. Okay? What we want him to do is get some confidence that he can make those plays. All right? And also, he got to learn getting off the hand and sprint. All right? Sprint towards the ball. So we're going to sprint, and he's also got to get what? I got to get reps at what? Getting up there, high pointing the ball, judging the ball. You know, if you don't go out there and take, like a center fielder, if you don't take balls, well, what? That ball's up there and say, oh crap. You know, the same thing's going to happen to your kid at free safety. Right? We got to get him used to seeing those balls in the air, down the field, judging the football, and getting some ball skills. Okay? Now we can expand the drill, right? We'll put a corner out here, right? We'll do the same thing with him. Pedal, open, right? Boom. We'll throw the ball inside the hash, right? We'll try to look him off. We'll do the same to the free safety. I'll try to look him off and then get him to squeeze, and I'll throw over his back shoulder and make him speed turn that thing. Or center field turn. That's what we call it, right? Same thing. In that drill, we want our free safeties. We want to take them off. I want to try to do everything you can to look him off. I want to, boom, pump it this way and throw it the other way. Right? So we want to get him to all say, hey, what is looking the receiver? What's looking the safety off? Right? I'm going to get you butt and try to get you to melt that side, and then I'm going to pop my feet back and I'm going to chuck it over there on the numbers. Right? Get him to start to open. Whoa, crap. Come back. If you open too far, just go speed turn it out and go get it. Okay? So we're going to do all those things, and we're going to try to look him off. We're going to try to pump him off. Do everything you can, all the things that he's going to see. All right? Same thing with the corner. Again, we're going to give it to the corner. We want to try to go. I'm going to look the opposite way, get him to swing in there, and I'm going to flip my hips back, throw it outside by the sideline. We'll put that sucker on the sidelines. Worst case scenarios you want to put him in. Right? So I got to look, hey, coach, you told me, and he's looking that way, I'm supposed to squeeze my divider. I start squeezing my divider, and then what? Boom, ball came all the way back up to numbers. And I got to hustle my butt out here all the way to the sidelines to make that play. Okay? So we do fungo, and during the season, our days are different. So, but we do it on Thursday, so that'd be your Wednesday. Every Wednesday, we want those guys to get 5 minutes of fungo. 5 minutes of ball drill. You know, getting them down there. Okay, so we'll just put them on. If I'm a safety, we want to put them in different spots too. Right? We don't want to just do the drill when he's in the middle, because the ball ain't always in the middle. So we're going to put the ball in the hash. We're going to make him roll push to the middle of the field. Right? I'm going to roll push, and I'm going to bring him back. I'm going to roll push, break it all the way outside here. Right? I'm going to make him both numbers. I'm going to put the ball in this hash. Make him roll push to the middle, bring him back. Roll push to the middle, make him bring him all the way over here to these numbers. Range. How much range can he get? It's surprising this. You'll stick a kid at free safety, and if you don't do that drill, several kids you're going to look up there and say, he has no ball skills. What's he doing back there? He can't make a play on the ball. Or get what they can't time a jump. You know? You'd rather know then than know when it's 6 points and the band's playing. Okay? So that's a fungo drill. Okay? Great drill for finding range. Great drill in the off season to do, you guys. Find out who can make a play on a deep ball. Okay? So this is what we're doing. Here it is. Right? If I'm starting here at the free safety, my range, it's going to start here. Right? And it's going to start, as I get deeper, it's going to expand out. Ball comes down here at 35 yards on the field. We're trying to really go numbers to numbers. All right? We want our expectations to be up to understand what they are. Okay? Now, if you can do that, put it this way. If the ball is thrown 40 yards and he can go to the numbers, and I'm talking cover 3, and I'm a corner, and I can come inside the hash, now we got overlap coverage. Any deep ball thrown ought to be picked. If they understand. Now our zones are overlapping. Right? There's just no, the ball goes 40 yards down the field, put the ball breaking, it should be a pick. Right? I don't know where middle field safety should be able to recover hash to hash, and a ball is 18 to 25 yards deep. If ball's deeper, safety should be able to cover from seam to seam. And I said then we talk about over 40. If it's over 40 yards, we expect to go numbers to numbers. Okay? Alright, we talked a little bit about this, so let's make sure we talk about the dividers for cornerbacks playing cover 3. Okay? If the ball's in the middle of the field, it's 1 yard above the numbers. Okay? That 1 yard, numbers are at 9. By regulation, if they're right. No, is that high school? Should be the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Numbers should be 9.
Right.
Okay. Now our hash is a little different. So these
Your hashes
you know,
are white.
yeah, hashes are. Your hashes are white.
Yeah,
Ours are tighter.
pretty close.
So I don't know what the relation is. All right. So this is off college. Okay. So we're 5-1 bottom. All right. So anyway, so the ball is in the middle of the field. All right. We're 1 yard. That means there's my divider. I got 10 yards outside. Okay. All right. All right. They say it's at the midpoint. All right. If the ball is on the far hash, it's at the midpoint. That's 5 yards. Okay? It's the midpoint between the, what? The numbers and the hash. You may want to use midpoint. I don't care. We use the rule so we can rattle off and say 5-1 bottom. Okay? You may want to say whatever. Numbers, midpoint, bottom, whatever else. Okay? Alright? So we use 5-1 bottom. So now we're saying balls on this hash. I am at the midpoint between the numbers and the hash. 5 yards from the numbers. Okay? That's the midpoint. There's my divider, right? Free safety is going to be over here now. So my divider what? Moved over. Because the free safety's alignment's going to be where now? On this hash. He's got a line. He's going to line up over here. So it's got to move. Okay? If he was to me, balls on this hash, I know what the free safety did what? He moved closer to me. So my divider's going to what? Move out to the bottom of the numbers. Okay? Are we good? Right? I don't know. Ball and hash, spark, when I send that, I just covered, right? Near corner dividers, bottom numbers. Alright? Now, let me cover this. I think you got to make a decision on what you're going to do. Obviously, on this, are you going to be a pattern? Are you going to be a pattern read team underneath? Are we going to do numbers? Am I going to drop? Am I going to drop 2 to 3 here? Am I going to drop 3 to 2 on the wrong side with the strong side hook? Am I going to write 2 to 1 in the boundary, or 1 to 2 in the boundary? Okay, that's all. That we go through this argument every other year too. This, right? Is it that? Are you going to spot drop the field? Okay. All right. Sometimes a spot drop is now taking it's kind of screwed back. NFL teams a lot more spot dropping. You're taking the 2 hook players and you're aiming point wherever it depends. It's going to move when the ball's where the ball's at. But the ball's in the middle of the field. My spot is 2 yards inside the hash. All right. The invert players go to the numbers. All right. Play top down from there. Ball slides over. My aim point now comes 3 yards inside the hash. My number goes out inside the hash if I'm a hook player. Okay. Are you going to be spot, or are you going to match up numbers? Okay. That's up to you. All right. We did it this way for a long time because and the reason we changed is because we do our matchup coverage and man. All right, we play a lot of our matchup coverage now. We play a lot of man. And one thing we do is we want to make our zone to make sure we were more vision the quarterback and not so much receivers. Because we got to a point about 3-4 years ago we were playing matchup man, we were playing man coverage, and then we were pattern reading everything in zone. Well, crap, everything we were doing, we were looking at receivers. We had no true coverages where we were having vision on the quarterback and be able to play that. And we said, well, we got to change that. So we don't do that. So now we are true hook droppers, and we're spotting not off the field, we spot off the formation. Okay, so my aiming point actually for the 2 hook droppers would be, right, it's over a tight end or ghost tight end, 10 to 12 yards deep. That tells me my departure angle. We talk departure angles, okay? If I am the safety, okay? If he's only got one width, his angle of departure is the feet of the corner. Feet of the corner, 10 yards deep. That's my departure angle. Then obviously it's going to change what the quarterback's doing. So we give them departure angles, and then we talk about vision in the quarterback. Okay? So we are big, now our zones are all, last couple years, our zones are all, we talk about vision in the quarterback, vision in the receivers. Okay? So we're zoned, we know we are vision in the quarterback. Okay? Everybody got that? Somebody asked me about how you defend in cover 3 versus the high horizontal 4 verticals. Again, this is how we hit it. I kind of drew it up on the board earlier. This is it. Now we would, like I said, we can call, and we would like to make it call every time. If we're in cover 3 and we have ability of getting an alert, we're going to make a seam alert. We don't really say that. All we say is alert. Okay, we don't have to say seam alert, but we say alert. So we say alert left. Free safety's going to say alert left. Okay, or we're going to say alert right. Okay, you got the possibility in corner. Basically, we're telling him, hey, make sure you apex these suckers if they go vertical. Okay, important to have the term also so we can relate it back to him. It's when they take this number 3 and and they put him right there. Because he can get up this hash right now. And what happens, if you don't have the code, you don't have a way to communicate it, this corner will say, I got one. And he'll freaking turn this into daggum, basically your inside leverage man, and he won't see this guy running right up the daggum hash. Okay? So that's what if we get 3, if 3 goes tight and that free safety is the one that'll see it, he knows that if we're in cover 3 and 3 is tight, I'm going to turn to that corner and say, alert, alert. That tells him right now, hey, alert, something, and he's got to find him. Alert who? Okay, bam. It's the guy over there. There's my stretch. Okay? All right. Straight for vertical, though, they come up the field again. We're going to try to bang. Now, the thing is, we want to make the depth occur, too. We don't want a collision before 10 yards. Okay? If you collision them too early, there's too much of a window between free safety. Okay? Now, free safety, we talked about, he ought to get to the seams at 25 yards. Okay? But if it happens at 18 to 20, he ain't going to get all the way to the seams. Okay? So that's what we don't want the collision to occur before 10. Okay? So if I had to push, I'm going to bang him at 10. And when we went that backer, same thing. I got my departure angle. I said, okay, here's my hook. Goes tight in. I have my hook. And then I want to look and say, where's the near threat, though? I'm covering ghosts. I have my basic thing where we can start teaching day one coming, oh, where's your hook? Put my hooks over, goes tight in, 10 to 12 yards deep. Great. All right. There's no receiver there, though. He's over here. So what's my departure angle now? 10 yards inside of number 2. All right? Inside your near threat. So now my hook is all it is. I'm going to look out and find my near threat. That tells me my departure angle. I'm going to start that way. Based off the quarterback's going to tell me where to go, though. All right? I start that way. If he's looking the opposite way, then I'm going to shrink back. All right? I'm going to start that way. If he sets and transfers, boom, I'm taking it right now. Okay? It shows on here basically they're going to him apex, pedal on his divider, be able to squeeze in 3. Okay?
Is your hook player gonna keep running after 10?
No.
With the vertical?
What? Okay. No. The way he would do that is just, I'll take the mic. Okay? All right. I've got my departure angle, boom, I see the pass, I open it up, he's looking at my side, I'm going to expand my receiver. I expand my receiver. At 10 is when I want to get a collision if I can. If he runs away from me, that's fine, because he's running to the invert. Okay? If he comes in, I want to try to contact at 10. If he comes up the seam and I make a collision at 10, I want to sink back inside. I'm going to open this way inside him to make sure I'm in this window. What happens a lot on like 4 vertical, especially cover 3, is I collision, chase, and there's the window right there. Go right by my head. Okay? So what we want to do is we're going to collision at 10. We're going to open inside and see the quarterback. Same thing.
Coach, what's your coaching points on the collision with your hands? Where's your aiming point on the push?
Yeah, we're going to try to get underneath underneath that pec. We try to make all of our collisions underneath there. Yeah. All we want, if we can get his shoulders, to tilt, we're going to try to make sure. We don't want to push on the side of the arm. I mean, sometimes you got to get with your hands.
Right.
I mean, if I get my hands where I can get them, but ideally, if I can't get them, I want to be underneath that lever. We talked about the shoulder pad being the lever. If I can get underneath that lever and get him to do this to take him off his route.
So 2 hands on the lever then?
We'll try to.
That's the idea.
Yeah. Ideally, it would come down and it'd be 2 hands on the lever, bam, right, sink, come back. They don't usually happen like that.
No,
I guess the receiver's bad.
Right.
I mean, the receiver's worth the darn. He comes down, he sees you, and he's gonna try to avoid you and come up. So as he would avoid, sometimes if we keep working away, then we're gonna one hand because we don't want to chase. We're gonna one hand on my eyes here. I'm gonna sink back inside and make sure I'm still in this window here. So you gotta throw over my top of my head. Okay. All right. Because what they'll tell on receivers is if he comes down, and I'm supposed to be in the seam. If I got a void, they're going to tell him to get back in them. So his route will actually come down, avoid you, and he's going to get right back inside. Okay? And that's the window we're trying to protect. And usually on any 4 verticals now, one of these guys got to bend. Okay? So if they get one high, they're going to have the front side. Let's say they're reading over here. So this is the front side. So he's going to stay on it. Okay? They're going to tell him he's going to push. If he can't, you know, like I said, if he's not going to blow the top off, or you haven't delivered me the ball by 18 to 20 yards, he's going to sit down or bend underneath the safety. So then the route actually turns into, you got a vertical here, and you got a guy coming in here. Okay? If you haven't delivered me the ball by 20 yards, I'm going to bend it underneath the safety. Okay?
Does your free melt to where the quarterback opens?
Yeah.
He is.
Yep.
Do you ever, you know, it just scares the piss out of me.
Yeah, you got to be careful about
It looks that way, and god dang it, they
That's the
throw
whole-
the seat back the other way, and you know,
Right.
it
You got to
gets
be careful about how far he melts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah, we want to start working that way, but send it to you don't want to be looked off. You know what I mean? You know, I get again. Ideally, I don't want to be in this versus that either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Really don't want to. I really don't want to be in cover 3 versus 4 verticals. You know. Yeah, you don't want to let them look you off. Now, the next part of that, like I said, you're going to fungo drill. Another drill off it is again the same thing. Is you want to get 2 guys running outside the seam, take the free, make sure you get reps at it. Because the biggest thing, obviously, is you're in the middle third. It's that stretch. So again, you do the same thing. Next part of it, you take the fungo to his range. Now you what? You put 2 guys that are running outside the seams, right? And I'm gonna try to look you off. Boom, flop back, right? And then the question is, I look you off. If I come back, you need to be gone. Don't wait for this. Okay? Don't wait for the hand to come off. All right? When we start talking about the, when I was talking about progressions, all right? If a quarterback does, right? If a quarterback looks this side, if he flips in the progression, he's never coming back. Okay? So if he looks here first, if he flips his shoulders, you ought to be gone. Backers, everybody underneath, you should be gone. He's not coming back. Okay? So again, if I start to drop, if you're looking this way, I'd expand. Right? If you snap your shoulders back, I would plant, boom, and I'm looking at the nearest receiver. Right? And I'm running. All right? Free safety should do the same thing. If you're looking this way, I start to melt towards number two on this side. He flips his shoulders back, I'm gone. Don't wait for the hand to come off. Go. Now you say, okay, what if he, you know, I mean, most time, I mean, that's usually not going to occur. If you do, when he does from here and he went back to here, that corner ought to be coming to that cat too. Right? So now he started here, he went back to here. You got to get that. The toughest one is when he does what? If he's good, what's he going to do? He's going to hold the free right there. He knows what he's doing, but he's holding the free. Right? And he stays there. You got to work it straight back. Okay? All right, let me hit this. Let's go up. How are we doing time? We're good. We got a couple. All right, here we go. Ready to cover 1. I'm not going to go into all this. Okay? I do want to cover this technique. Well, you know what? I didn't beat you guys outside. We're not going to get to cover 1. Let me go. Let me stop there. I'm going to save that. All right. When we cover the next part, we'll go through all the advanced stuff. Okay. I don't want to get started unless we're supposed to break it up for 3 minutes. So, all right. For any questions on cover 3? All right. Quick game. Okay. Biggest thing on quick game, right? Set and transfer. Cover them down now, right? Set, transfer, he's looking that way. Let's make sure we're covering them down now. Okay, big thing here, vision on the quarterback. Things underneath coverage, the backers. All right. As I turn, I see high hat, and well, first thing we do is, when I see high hat, we want to pop the feet towards your angle departure, right? Pop the feet, set my hips. I'm still holding for the draw, okay? But while I'm popping there, now my eyes should be sitting on the quarterback. I start to cross, okay? 1, 2, my eyes should still be here. If he's looking my side, I expand out, right? If I'm going 1, 2, and he sets and transfers, it ought to be rolled right into a spring, okay? So again, where's our, here's the beginning, agility. A lot of guys are going to do agility periods and all this stuff. Heck, you're going to take the linebackers. Our agility periods are pass. So I'm going to drop, right? Here's our agility, ready? 1, 2, roll spring. Ready? 1, 2, expand out, carry the ball. Right? 1, 2, flip my hips, shrink back, when we walk, right? Same thing. Now I'm gonna do 1, 2, shrink back. Now what? Now we start looking that way, right? So I go 1, 2, I shrink back, and then what? I go that way. So now I gotta put my hips again and come back and break on it. You can do all your agility period right there, but you're still getting stuff done. You're getting all your coverage done. Okay? So we've got most of our agility stuff is backers. I'm talking about that. It's done in our pass coverage. But we usually start our individual period, pass drops first. We're going to go through all the things that happen in cover 3, loosen up 3, 2, whatever we're going to work on today. But we're going to work about changing directions and all that stuff on the drops to get a movement. All right? All right? Good. All right, well, let's start. That time, we'll start in 10 minutes. We'll get it rolling.